Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a scenario pack called Random Tour. So there is a scenario on East Coast USA, Hochi Raceway, Jungle Rock Island, Small Island, and Utah. We're going to start off at Utah, and we'll work our way down the list in reverse. Random Tour, Utah. The local tourist agency was kind enough to set out a scenic route for you. So pack your lunch, take your time, and enjoy the view. Have fun. Now, the interesting thing about these scenarios is how everything changes every time you do it. So right now, we have a yellowish SBR4, and we're on a small paved road, and it's in the middle of the day. We hit reset, all of those change. So the car we had changes, the color we had changes, the time of day changes, the place we start changes, and the location we head to changes. So every time you hit reset, it's something totally different. That's pretty interesting, I think. So it actually uses cars that are installed as mods and the stock vehicles. I'm resetting it a bunch here so I can show you that a modded car will pop up, although I don't plan to actually use the modded car. Come on! There we go. There's a modded car. And I haven't made a video for that one yet, so that's kind of awkward. But yeah, it uses stock and modded cars. And oh, it's not supposed to do that. Okay, it's not perfect. But let's go ahead and get driving then. Now, I'm actually going to use a wheel on this because it almost feels like it is made for a wheel, because you're not really driving a car at 100% because you don't know the route you're going to take, and you can't drive a car at its maximum capabilities if you don't know where you're going. So I said, let's break out the wheel and just cruise, because it's nice and relaxing to use the wheel every now and then, and it's fun. Now right here, that one was 4 checkpoints long. That one was ridiculously short. Usually they seem to be in the range of about 20. I've seen them up to like 50, maybe 60 checkpoints at the most. And I'm going to try to avoid the ones that are at nighttime, just because when you upload a video to YouTube, the compression makes it harder to see what's going on. So if it's at night, I might be able to tell what's going on while I'm playing. But then when you're trying to watch it, you might not be able to tell what in the world's happening. You just see all kinds of dark blobs all over the place. And it's like, is that the car or is that a bush? I can't tell. You know, I don't know. I can't tell because it's so dark and YouTube compressed it. And so what I'm doing is just saying, as long as it's bright out, then we'll do the scenario. And I'm probably only going to do one scenario per map. I'm just doing 2 here because that first one was ridiculously short. This one's also on the shorter side. But it's not like that first one where it's like, what? That's it? That was like a quarter-mile drag race with a little bit of a churn in it. You know, it's just like ridiculous. Now here we actually have a pretty good one. You see each checkpoint nice and clearly after you do one. Sometimes you'll have ones where your next checkpoint's kind of covered up by trees and stuff, and you'll have a split in the road and you're not quite sure which way to go because you can't see the checkpoint, and it can get confusing at times like that. Here though, nice and easy, no issues at all. This is one of the perfect kind of scenarios you can, or the perfect random draws you can get with this thing, where everything feels great. You got a car that's reasonable for the situation, and the checkpoints all line up, and then you even have a straightaway at the end to really floor it and then eventually crash. Like, that could have been a fully handmade scenario. That one was beautiful. Other times you get the 4 checkpoint one, and let me see if I could get a scenario where it says like 44. There you go. Like where it has a bigger number on the total number of checkpoints. So you see, like here we're getting 40, 40, 39, 31, and there's a modded car again. 35. So you see, it varies. 60. That is the biggest one I've ever seen. I've seen 160 before this, and there's another 60. Never seen a 61. Don't know if there's what the upper limit is though. So anyways, let's go ahead and go to the next random tour map, which is Small Island. The description here is pretty much exactly the same. It just swaps out the name of the map. So let's go ahead and get driving. And this one, again, we have a shorter one. So if we keep getting these shorter ones, I might do a couple tours per map, just because they go by pretty quickly if you get ones like this. I was expecting to get more of the 40 checkpoint ones, but it might actually vary per map how many checkpoints there are. Like all the testing I did was on Jungle Rock Island and Utah. I didn't test any of the other ones, and both of those ones had longer courses. This one, Small Island, it's small, maybe it has shorter courses. But one nice thing about this, though, is you'll end up driving roads you might not normally drive. Like for me, when I was doing the Jungle Rock Island test, I was driving on a road. I had no idea where it was. I'm like, I have driven this map how many times, and I have no idea where I am. And it's just kind of, you get into a rut where you start in the same spot every time no matter what. And you kind of end up going in roughly the same direction most of the time. So there might be a road here and there that you almost never drive, or actually have never driven on, just because you kind of got your patterns that you do. And I really noticed that when I was on the road, and I'm like, I have no idea where on the map that was. And I eventually figured it out when it converged on a road I've driven many, many times, but it's like I've never taken that alternative path as far as I can remember. And you'll have to excuse that spin out. I blame the fact that I'm trying to drive with a wheel and suck on that, and I'm not exactly sure if I can maneuver this through. Okay. I was afraid we might hit that bush, so I was thinking maybe I should back up, and I'm like, nah, I can fit. I'm all debating, all these internal debates in my head, raging, and like, which should I do? Which should I do? As I'm trying to talk in a calm manner, my head's spinning over here. Yeah, wheel's fun. I just suck at it. Like it is fun to use a wheel. You know, usually it's also, you know, the scenarios are nice. They're relaxing scenarios. You're not racing against nothing. You're just driving. You're driving along. You know, just cruising. I like cruising, man. It's not stressful. You know, the ones where you have a time limit and you gotta race and stuff. Too much stress. I guess this is relaxing. Like if I was to actually just sit down to play BeamNG.drive, this is probably what I would do. Is I would just pop open a couple of random scenarios, hit random until I get a car I want to drive, and then I would just cruise like I'm doing right now. It's chill, you know. So we'll reset it and do another one. I'm assuming it won't be too long of a scenario. Uh-oh. Oh, no. That's not going to work. So sometimes you'll get cars that are totally illogical for the situation. It does thankfully filter out props versus cars, so you're not going to be like, I'm a hay bale. How am I going to drive this? It's smart enough to know hay bales can't drive. And it won't choose a hay bale for your vehicle. But as far as it's concerned, the dump truck's another vehicle. And it'll spawn that up just like any other modded vehicle. There's nothing really with the dump truck that says, hey, don't use me for this because I'm ginormous. Like, it's not super smart to be able to figure out, can this car actually accomplish this? But it's smart enough to like make the route you're taking be all based on roads that are actually roads you can drive. So almost always you'll be able to make the path. There are a couple times where I think you'll have things where it's like you have to cross a river and you'll have a lowered or even a stanced basically car, and you're like, yeah, that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen like that. So there's another one for this map, and we'll go ahead and swap over to a different map. So how about we go to Jungle Rock Island? Once again, a very similar description for the scenario, and this one's actually 61 checkpoints long. So this one will take us a bit, and we got to make sure we drive realistically here. Like, if we go around every corner at high speeds, we will never finish this. We got to tone it back. You know, you're on a dirt road in an economy car, you're going to realistically go about this speed. If that. You know, this is not the kind of road you would drive fast on. This is the kind of road you inch along because you make a mistake, you really, really ruin your car. And it's easy to make a mistake when you're driving on a dirt road. Like 40 miles per hour, yeah, you wouldn't be going this fast for real. But I feel comfortable doing that, even though in a real car, I would not be doing that. Especially my car. My car plus dirt road, no, it does not have the ground clearance for something like that. No way, no how. Whoa! Those little bushes, man, they'll get you. This takes a while. Like, it takes a while because I actually have to rotate the wheel. You know, with the controller, you just flick the analog stick. Now I'm like, rotate, and I have to make sure I don't hit my microphone stand because then you hear bang on the microphone. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I have it in a position where I hopefully won't, but when I'm doing a full rotation, it does limit my abilities because I will hit it. But on most normal steering like this, I'm not going to hit it. Going a little bit faster than I should. 50 miles per hour through here, I don't quite feel comfortable doing that. I mean, I crashed when I thought I was good. Ooh, this one's a little awkward. Didn't see that coming. But you know, you gotta think about that. I crashed on a section where I thought I could do no problem. If I'm doing that, I gotta slow down. I mean, yeah, I didn't get any damage, but either way, the vehicle came to a stop unexpectedly because we hit something. That's a crash as far as I'm concerned. Well, that is bumpy. All right, where is that next checkpoint? All right, I see it. We're good. Sometimes I get worried. Where is that checkpoint? Right here, like, right here. This seems getting a little crazy now, don't you think? For a little economy car to be doing all this. It's trucking along, though. I am so proud of this thing. We are going unreasonably slow through this. This is going to take ages to complete. But I want to complete it. I don't know. I mean, this is going to take a while. Who cares? I had a few short videos recently, so it makes up for it by having a 50-minute long video of me just cruising. It's so fun to watch, isn't it? Just some dude driving. Yeah, it's fun. What are you thinking? Who's going to watch this? I don't know. Just chill out and relax. That's what I'm doing. Chilling. Like, put it this way. To be honest with you, this is one of the most enjoyable videos I've made for this game just because I can, like, chill and cruise like this. And I think over to my side is a dead end, but I'm going to make sure there's no checkpoint over there. All right, that looks good. See, sometimes you got to do stuff like that just to make sure. But, man, this is so bumpy. Whoa. I got to get away from the trees. We're almost a third of the way. Yeah, we're going to literally be doing this for at least 10 minutes if I keep up the rate of speed that I'm doing right now. I mean, if it ever goes to a paved road, I'll be able to significantly increase my speed. But these dirt roads, man, they keep your speed down. I'm just making sure I go nice and slow, especially through here. I'm not too familiar with the dirt roads on Jungle Rock Island. So it makes you extra careful about what you're doing. Especially in a car that has really no off-road capabilities. Like, yeah, it's technically off-roading, but this is not the kind of car you would usually use for real off-roading. Oh, were we supposed to turn there? I think I might have saw something there. Yep. So, like, right there, it sneaks up on you again. Sneaky, sneaky. It's a little difficult to do when the camera's freaking out. Actually, this is a kind of difficult corner, period. Like, it is a tight corner. Especially if you're coming the other way. It's downhill on a dirt road, and then you gotta do that where you crash. Yeah, that's fun. Also, the camera messed me up and got me into the grass. That was also fun. Okay, there we go. Continue along. So yeah, we're a third of the way now. And, well, it's been about 4.5 minutes. This is the world's longest cruise around Jungle Rock Island. Ever. But it's fun for me. Come on, come on. Yeah. Ooh, we got regular roads. All right, time to go. Now I shouldn't say that because then I'll go so fast I'll just end up crashing. What's with this camera angle? Like, come on. There you go. I thought it would auto-center itself eventually, but apparently it wouldn't. I don't usually use the mouse for moving the camera, so I didn't know it would do that. Like, I'm used to using the controller where I guess I just hit the center button without even thinking about it. It just becomes second nature. So now we're halfway. Well, almost halfway. One more checkpoint and we are. So, significant increase in speed once we get on the paved road. Maybe it's just because I'm scared of dirt roads. Because I don't drive those in real life. Paved roads? Oh yeah, I drive those all the time. Where else would I drive? In the sky? With my hover car? Yeah. Don't tell nobody I have a hover car. I made it myself. It works very well. It also has cloaking mechanisms so nobody can see it. If we get 100 million subscribers, I'll reveal my hover car to the world. 100 million. That's it. And you get to see the magic of a hover car that is unknown to this world. And I mean that because I know I'll never get 100 million subscribers. It's basically impossible as far as I'm concerned. So I can say stupid stuff like that and have no concerns at all. Although that's the same thing I thought when I said I'll do a face reveal at 1 million subscribers. And then we're halfway. It's like, uh-oh, I made a mistake, yo. Yeah, this is sped up quite a bit. We're going to finish it in under 10 minutes, I bet. I bet we're going to do it under 10 minutes. I say that and I'm going to start driving too fast because I set myself a goal. Like, I liked it better when I was just cruising along and not having to worry about speed. Now I have to worry a little bit. And I'm starting to do dumb things. See, I'm starting to, like, try to overcorrect. That's the thing I noticed. When I use a wheel, I really overcorrect badly. Like, I'll be swerving all over the place when I'm trying to drive in a straight line because I messed up a little bit at one point. And I'm just like, oh, which way do I go? Left, right, swerve, 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 crash. That's the one thing I really notice I do badly with the wheel. The one thing I do good is the nice smooth turns like this. Like, I do those great because it's just like real driving. It's like, how could you be bad at that? You know, I don't track my real cars, so I'm not used to that kind of stuff. If I ever did track it, eventually I would get good at that, I'm sure. But you don't do that on the streets. Like, to get your car to break traction like that on the streets, you're breaking the law. And I genuinely try not to break the law while I'm driving on the streets because, yeah, I don't need to endanger the children that are walking on the sidewalk or whatever. Especially considering half the time I swear I'm driving through a school zone somehow. Unless I'm on the freeway. But, like, once I'm off the freeway, it's like half the time I'm in a school zone and I don't know why. It just feels like that. Always children crossing the street and then the crossing guard slowing down traffic and I'm like, I want to go, I don't know where. And I get so angry I'll stall my car out and then I'm extra angry because I stalled my car out. Okay, that's never happened, but still. Crossing guards with children. It makes everything slower. Why can't the children just have bridges or something so they can stay out the way of traffic? You know, more places need bridges for people to walk. No. Oh, that's the finish. I thought I was gonna crash the checkpoint before the finish. I'm just like, nuh-uh, this is not happening. This is not happening. All right, on to the next one, which is for Hochi Raceway. That should be interesting. Once again, a very similar description, but we're gonna reset it until we get a better time of day because, as I said earlier, nighttime, it makes it hard to see what's going on once you actually upload it to YouTube. So here we go. Now, I would assume these ones are going to be shorter than the other ones just because you're on a racetrack and there are less roads to drive on and every point's going to be closer than the other one. So like here, only 11. That's probably maybe not closer to average. It still might be on the shorter side, but I would think the average would be maybe like 20. Or the other ones, it might be more like 30. And this one's a interesting course. I have no idea where they're taking me at that start point. Like, I'm going all over the place to find this one. Oh, look at this. We got another one. So, like, things like that, though, it was basically a blind corner coming into it. And then it's like, oh, we got to slam on our brakes here. And we don't have a very good braking car, so it's not like there's much we could do to really make that corner on the first try unless you have ESP or something. Because I didn't know that was there. But this is definitely the episode where I ramble on about things. And this is just the thought process that goes on my head from a day-to-day basis. I have a really weird thought process, don't I? You know, it's basically what comes to my mind. Which means it's probably really boring for you guys because it's like, this is the only person I know who has a more incoherent thought process is Gary Busey. You know, oh, we're good. Oh, my hubcap's gone. It's all over. We're going to floor it until the end now because I'm so sad. No, let's not. We only got one checkpoint left. Let's not mess it up. There we go. And we could do one more here just because that one was so short, especially compared to the last one. First, we'll crash it. That actually took it out. Okay. What? What? What is this? There's literally a brick wall between me and the next checkpoint. And I have no idea how I would get over this. Let's try this again, huh? Let's not use a modded car that's not even really a car. Let's not do it at night. Let's not do the brick wall again. Let's not do night. Come on. There we go. There's a good one. Alright, so 12 checkpoints again. I saw the brick wall one was only about 11 checkpoints, I think. I wasn't paying that close of attention because I was busy thinking about the brick wall in my way. I know I say brick wall. It's not technically a brick wall, but you know what I mean. It's just, brick wall is a good word when you want to say this is a really solid object that's a wall. You say it's a brick wall. Oh, this is... Where am I? I'm like, where am I? Hold on. Like, if I knew where I was, I would have slowed down more. See, I was thrown off because I don't drive those side roads on this place ever. I stay on the course. Like, if I come here, it's to drive on the racetrack. Oh, I was trying to downshift like I had a manual. Yeah, that was smart. I have the automatic. I put myself into reverse, not into first gear. I wonder if there'd be a way to like actually modify this to say I only want certain specifications for the vehicles. That'd be kind of interesting. Like, not something the author himself would do, but if you left it open to where you could do that somehow. Because there's at least a check to see whether or not it's a vehicle or a prop. So maybe you could add a check that says I want manual only or automatic only or rear-wheel drive or, well, I don't know, because things like that, they're in the parts menu. The parts menu is a little bit more messy than like the descriptions which are displayed in the vehicle selector menu. I don't know. I don't make things for the game, so I genuinely have no clue. I'm just talking about nothing really. Anyways, on to the next one. And I should have just hit the scenario button, but I always forget that's there. It is East Coast, USA. Once again, same description, but I can't see nothing, and that means you can see extra nothing. So we'll do it again, and this time we got a nice short 14 checkpoint one, but we are in a road. This car is not made for, oh shoot, do we go straight or do we turn? Let's figure this out here. Peek, not that way, peek the other way. It looks like I saw a checkpoint that was just like straight ahead, I think. So like right there, that's where things get hard. When you have all these trees all over the place and it's like, oh, is it here? Take a break, check left, and check right. Oh, somehow my button to go the other way wasn't working. Weird. All right, so back it up. This is again a car that has an automatic, not manual. Too bad. I'm gonna try to downshift when I shouldn't. You just watch. Right there, at least it's easy to see that checkpoint. Now, most of the time, the checkpoints seem like they are properly placed where you can't miss them as long as you're on the road. Every now and then, though, there'll be ones that are like at the hairpins and it's abnormally small. I haven't seen one in this video, really, so you'll just have to trust me on that. But most of the time, they're solid where you can't miss them. Right here, we're just kind of cruising along as usual. Got some dirt roads, so we'll let up just a bit more than when we're on the paved road. Not significantly, though. 50 miles per hour should be perfectly suitable. Speed it up a little bit more. Just like realistic driving. It's realistic driving simulator. Although that was a little fast. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, we're done. That hurts. Like I'm all saying how realistic this is when I crash. Yeah, thank goodness I don't do that in real life. Thank goodness for that. I swear, someday I'm going to get into a car crash and I'm going to blame this game. It's all this game's fault, that's why. Slow it way down. See, right there was actually 2 checkpoints in one. It was 12 and then 14. It does that sometimes. So we'll go ahead and do one more. And that will be the end for these scenarios. And once again, my steering wheel is not centered, I don't think. I'm trying to make sure it is. Okay, I centered it up. And it wasn't centered. Like, it was upside down. I knew it wasn't. I just didn't know if I needed to go left or right to center it properly. Real tight corner here. Slow it down. You know, the Corvette's actually one of the most forgiving cars to drive with a wheel, I think. I don't know why. It just feels more forgiving than even its other, like, front-wheel drive counterparts in the game. It's just, it feels extra forgiving. No idea why. With a controller, it doesn't feel any more forgiving to me, really, but with a wheel, it's just like, I can't spin this out. I can't crash this. Well, I can crash it, you just watch, but it feels like a lot less likely to. Getting a little sloppy there. But like, I'm driving this faster than I was the other car because I feel more confident. I don't know, there's something neat about this car. It just inspires confidence in the driver. Oh! And then that happens because I got overconfident. It's a driving school one, so I have an excuse. I'm just learning how to drive. Why didn't my instructor tell me to slow down? It's all their fault. Is that a flat surface onto the road? It looks like it. I mean, we'll keep going with the damaged car. Why not? I never drive the damaged cars with the wheel. Oh, and the wheel jiggles while you drive a damaged car. Interesting. I only have 10 checkpoints left after this one, so I shouldn't have a problem. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was getting a little sketchy up into the air and stuff. Oh, it is vibrating now. The wheel does not like the way this car is driving. Like, I'm able to hold it in a straight line right there, basically, even though, yeah, this thing is not driving straight at all, technically. But with a wheel, it's real easy to hold a damaged vehicle in a straight line. One of the nice advantages. And I know I should upshift, but I'm afraid to take this thing much faster because it's popping up on the 3 wheels on most corners anyways, and I don't think I should be driving as fast as I am in the first place. Like, the vibrations are very worrisome in the wheel. It does its job. 2 more, maybe 3, depends if the last 2 checkpoints are stacked. Woo, that's a little bit tighter corner than I thought, and my braking capabilities are worse than I thought. Move that camera into the correct position now so I can actually see what I'm doing. I also didn't expect to go on this little road that I didn't even see. It appears to be the last checkpoint. I don't see any after it, so we'll take the shortcut. And oh, there's one more. Ooh, I almost crashed into that tree intentionally. That was bad. Come on, let's get there. I made it all the way with this much damage. You can do one more checkpoint. There we go. I let go of the wheel. You might be able to hear it vibrating at the moment. They really do vibrate. Anyways, that will do it for the random tours. Until next time, this has been WhyBeAre with one of the most enjoyable videos for BeamNG.drive I've ever made, but also probably one of the most boring to watch. How ironic. Anyways, I'll see ya.